So yesterday we talked about Modern Warfare 3's multiplayer maps. Sledgehammer released an intel drop with 2.5 minutes of footage of map fly-throughs, brief gameplay showcases, and developer commentary. And depending on where you fall in your opinion on the upcoming game's offering for Modern Warfare 3's 6v6 multiplayer, this may have been an awesome intel drop or something that you're not too fond of. Probably one or the other, or maybe in between. But anyways, I get it entirely. Paying for entire remasters isn't necessarily ideal for a new game, but while that's what's shipping with the game in box, we did learn additionally of some ambitious and seemingly on-track plans for original content coming post-launch and in a much larger quantity than what we've seen in Modern Warfare 2, and honestly, frankly, a long time before just this game. Today we're breaking down the new information of Modern Warfare 3's multiplayer and what you need to know about the upcoming map offering post-launch and where we'll see the content go from there. So as we go along, drop your thoughts down below. What do you think of the launch offering that we've seen so far? What about the post-launch offering detailed already, and anything in between? Are you happy with both, happy with one or the other, perhaps not happy at all? Whatever the case, drop your thoughts down below. But if you enjoyed the video, you find it at all insightful, do me a favor and drop a like on it. And if you're new to the channel, consider subscribing to stay up to date with all things Modern Warfare 3, X-Defiant, and more as we gear up for a busy next few months here for the shooters genre. And finally, check out my friends over at Gamer Advantage for the best blue light glasses on the market. Code Espresso getting you 10% off your entire order, but more on them a little later. For now, let's talk about Modern Warfare 3's multiplayer maps and what we learned for launch and beyond. So as we mentioned, we did get a new intel drop that showcased a bunch of different map fly-throughs for Modern Warfare 3's upcoming offering at launch. While there wasn't a ton of airtime for all maps, 14 of the 16 maps were showcased in that intel drop. Some way more focal time, others just like brief 2-second glimpses. The only ones that were not seen in the video were Terminal and Wasteland, but Terminal had a reference photo and screenshot in the accompanying blog post. Wasteland did not. So for the time being, we've seen all but one map coming with Modern Warfare 3 and the remake of that 6v6 experience. The original Ground War maps we've yet to see officially speaking, though there's a chance that some of that large-scale open world gameplay from the open combat mission previews were actually a part of those maps, but we just won't know until a little bit later. But okay, while I'm absolutely wanting new maps, bright side is that I do know that I'll love half these maps unequivocally. And a bright side to that bright side per se is that unlike Modern Warfare Remastered in 2016 to 2017, we won't have only remasters for the entire year. That was the big thing for me with Modern Warfare Remastered. I just couldn't quite get into it as much as I wanted to. Don't get me wrong, loved COD 4, loved the remaster to the degree that I played, but like I'd already played that game on and off for nearly 10 years at that point. So I was well aware of what I was playing, had pretty much already done everything I'd wanted to before on a different title, and it wasn't necessarily new to me. Didn't keep me around and playing despite the attempts made by Raven, Beanox, and High Moon to introduce additional content like new weapons and such. So that's certainly a concern for Modern Warfare 3 with at least the map play, but where it will differ is those will be the only maps that we have for about a month. Then brand new content is kicking in and already in much higher quantities with Season 1 and beyond than what we see with Modern Warfare 2 this year and honestly the last couple of years. Tucked away in the blog post accompanying this intel drop was a segment that talked about the future, starting with by detailing a little bit about what we can have at launch, stating as detailed in Modern Warfare 2's reveal blog, in addition to these 16 authentic modernizations of Modern Warfare 2 2009 maps, Modern Warfare 3's multiplayer will include 4 massive environments comprising of 3 brand new battle maps where ground war and invasion game modes will be fought against monumental backdrops. There will also be a gargantuan war map as Modern Warfare 3 marks the welcome return of the evolution of the legendary war mode. And more importantly, for the future, it states, expect the flow of free post-launch content, including core 6v6 maps and additional multiplayer content to continue after launch. As previously stated, we'll have over 12 all-new core 6v6 maps in our seasons, with 3 all-new 6v6 maps hitting in Season 1 and 3 all-new 6v6 maps hitting in Season 2, along with additional maps and modes throughout future seasons. Now that I love to hear because they are hitting the ground running when it comes to post-launch support. While it will be a progressive thing, sure, and it's not all at once, over the course of like 3-ish months from December to February or March, at least 6 maps post-launch, and if there's any more, 6 of those, potentially more, will be brand new and original maps to Modern Warfare 3. I'm sure that you can argue that there should be more, and yes, I'm with you. Again, I'd love for there to be more original maps, especially up front. I'm always going to be that one that's rooting for the side of the player for more new content content post-launch, but especially after recent years, that's refreshing to hear. If you've been on the channel this year at all, chances are you've heard me complain about the post-launch offering, or lack thereof, with a game that had a full developmental window unimpeded, and by all indications, there should have been no roadblocks stopping this game from providing top-tier content in terms of quality and quantity. You've probably heard me say that since launch, we've had, at least now as of Season 5 Reloaded's update, 5 original maps introduced in the 6v6 format for Modern Warfare 2, those being Expo, Lighthouse, Hatchery, DRC Zone 1, and Punta Mar. Now, you're more than welcome to disagree, but my logic for quantifying these standards of air quote new content are that it's content that is not available in any other multiplayer format, whether Ground War or Warzone. If you can play online with or against other players and you've seen these portions of those maps, I don't personally qualify it as new. So that negates Shipment and Shoot House, both from Modern Warfare 2019 and before, Dome from Modern Warfare 3, and in this game, Ground War and Warzone at Zaya Observatory, Museum, which was a beta map that was reintroduced, Black Gold, which is a segment of Al Mazrah, but at night, ooh, spooky, Kunstanar District and Waterfront, both cut from Vondel directly, and Showdown and Strike, both from COD 4 as remasters. So if you're keeping score, the number of new to repurposed maps in Modern Warfare 2 is 5 new 6v6 maps, 9 repurposed maps in 10, going on 11 months of the game being out. Modern Warfare 3 promises to pass that with original content in the first 2 seasons alone, and has already made a promise to provide at least 12 original 6v6 maps over the course of the main year of support. For a frame of reference, the last time that we've seen 3+ 6v6 maps in a season was Season 5 here with Modern Warfare 2 and Season 2 a couple of months earlier. But not all of those were originals. But even before that, the last time we saw 3 multiplayer maps for the 6v6 play capacity, you'd have to go back all the way to Black Ops Cold War Season 5 in August of 2021, where they offered Echelon, Slums, Drive-In, and Zoo. The entirety of Vanguard only brought us 2 maps a season, and then Black Ops Cold War Season 6 brought along Deprogram and America. But in the context of seeing 3+ new 6v6 maps, I'm talking nothing that's a remaster, nothing that's taken from a different portion of like a Ground War map or something like that. 3+ new 6v6 maps. Any guesses when the last time that was? Not to sound like one of those ads that you'd see on the bottom of like a BuzzFeed quiz or something like that, but the answer, it honestly may surprise you. How about August 28th, 2018? A whole 5+ years ago. That was Call of Duty World War II's DLC pack number 4, Shadow War, which came with Airship, Excavation, and Chancellery. World War II is the last game that gave us consistent new maps like that, which I'm sure is a massive case for those that are making the argument in case for we should go back to paid DLC. But objectively, that's how far back you'd have to go to see 3+ new original maps in an air quote season. So do I want more original content for Modern Warfare 3? Absolutely. I'd love to see all these remastered maps from 2009 and then some originals up front, beyond just the Ground War stuff, but like in the 6v6 capacity. But in the context of especially the last few years with Modern Warfare 2 and Vanguard and beyond, I see this as an absolute win for the post-launch support given the circumstances. Again, for the post-launch support. I'm not arguing the launch content here for this discussion. But on top of that, the entire discussion up until this point was talking about the quantity of new post-launch content and maps. But when we think about the overall offering of what we'll see post-launch with Modern Warfare 3, are we really about to consider the fact that we aren't going to see remasters and remakes on top of this kind of stuff? Like, sure, you did all the Modern Warfare 2 2009 maps, but what about the DLC maps from 2009's Modern Warfare 2? What about the classics from Modern Warfare 3 in 2011? There's a ton of memorable and classic maps from that, and to have those potentially be put into the new Modern Warfare 3, that would make a ton of sense. So when we consider that, 3 maps, brand new each season, it sounds like at minimum, at least to start, and then potentially a 4th or 5th map on top of that that may be remasters for season 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 maybe. If that's a correct assumption, I'm here for it, man, because that's actually like post-launch support like we've truly never seen in the 6v6 capacity. Obviously, we see stuff ported over to Zombies, Warzone, DMZ, and games in the past, but for 6v6, it has severely lacked. So it seems like, I don't want to get ahead of myself, but it seems like we might be getting back on track here for 6v6, which I love. But that said, that's where we're at here at this. That's what we learned a little bit more outside of just that intel drop as of yesterday, and honestly is an important piece of information I think to hold in the back of your mind. So that said, that is what we're going to call it Before we wrap everything up, make sure you check out my friends over at Gamer Advantage for 10% off your entire order of what I think are the best blue light glasses on the market. I've used their frames for 2 to 3 years now at this point and have been incredibly happy with every single pair. Honestly, I still use some of the original ones that they've sent me years ago, so they absolutely keep up with time. I can't do nearly enough justice for the studies, the in-depth details, the science they provide. That information is all linked below on their website if you guys want to check that out. But what I can tell you is that, again, in 2 to 3 years of using their product, I'll say they're the most comfortable, lightweight, and durable frames of any glasses that I've used before, and they absolutely help in my daily productivity. If you guys want to learn more, honestly, I encourage you to even just check out, again, all the information down below in the description. Go check that out. But if you guys want to grab something for yourself, code Espresso can get you 10% off your entire order. So link below if you guys are at all interested. But that said, that is what we're going to call it. So let me know your thoughts down below. What do you guys think of the post-launch offering here already detailed for Modern Warfare 3? Do you like the sound of it? Dislike the sound of it? Skeptical? Whatever the case, drop your thoughts down below. But if you enjoyed the video, you find it at all insightful, do me a favor and drop a like on it. And if you're new to the channel, consider subscribing to stay up to date with all things Modern Warfare 3 as we gear up for the multiplayer reveal in just a couple of weeks' time at this point. X-Defiant at some point here in the near future, and other FPS content. We got a lot of stuff upcoming here in the next few months, so I'd love to have you in the community. But for now, thanks so much for watching. Mine has been Espresso. I'll see you later. Take care and peace.